1,800 horsepower from just one car. This number didn't exist even in the wildest dreams of automotive engineers 10 years ago. But today, it's a reality rolling on wheels. The common denominator between all the monstrous numbers you'll hear in this video, they're all hybrids. An internal combustion engine merging with electric motors to work together as a single, fiercely beating heart. Today, we take you on an escalating journey to discover the complete list of the top 10 most powerful hybrid engines in automotive history, from the 10th spot all the way to the absolute ultimate beast. 10th place, Ferrari 296 GTB, 830 horsepower. We kick off the list with the prancing horse, specifically with a car that completely redefined power concepts, the Ferrari 296 GTB. For years, small engines were viewed as forced compromises for the sake of the environment, but the engineers at Maranello had a different opinion. The beating heart here is a mere 3-liter twin-turbo V6. Engineers widened the angle between the engine cylinders to 120 degrees, allowing the turbochargers to be nestled in the middle to reduce overall size and lower the center of gravity. This compact engine, dubbed the Piccolo V12 by Ferrari engineers because of its sharp, high-pitched wail, is supported by a single electric motor. The final result? 830 horsepower. Less than a decade ago, this number was the exclusive domain of massive, terrifying V12 engines. Ferrari established a new engineering rule for the modern era. A small engine, when paired with smart electrification, can embarrass the giants on the track and the streets alike. 9th place, Porsche 918 Spyder, 887 horsepower. Taking this spot is the German legend, the first pillar of what became known as the Holy Trinity of hypercars, the Porsche 918 Spyder. Born in 2013, at a time when the word hybrid was associated with boring economy cars, Porsche flipped the script. They utilized a fully naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 engine, derived directly from the LMP2 Le Mans race cars, screaming all the way to 9,150 RPM. But the true genius emerged with the addition of 2 electric motors, one on the front axle and the other on the rear. This brought the total output to 887 horsepower and a torque figure that shatters the 1,280 Newton-meter barrier. More important than the numbers? Thanks to its complex steering system and intelligent power distribution, this car devoured the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes. Its hybrid engine doesn't just deliver brutal power, it can glide in total silence on pure electricity. Simply put, it is the living embodiment of terrifying German efficiency. Eighth place, McLaren P1, 903 horsepower. We move to Britain for the second pillar of the Trinity, the car dubbed the Widowmaker for its absolute ferocity, the McLaren P1. Here, the English engineers weren't looking for smoothness, they were looking for violence. A 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 paired with a single electric motor adding 176 horsepower brings the total to 903 HP. But the great technical secret here lies in a system called IPAS, Instant Power Assist System. The biggest challenge with massive turbos is turbo lag, those agonizing seconds waiting for the chargers to spool up with air. McLaren used the electric motor as an instant adrenaline shot. It dumps its full power the split second you touch the throttle, delivering massive energy while the turbos wake up. The result is lightning-fast response, an acceleration that aggressively pins you into your seat without mercy. Seventh place, LaFerrari, 950 HP. We return to Italy for the third and final pillar of the Trinity. Here, the story and the engineering philosophy are completely different. LaFerrari, whose name simply translates to the Ferrari, signifies the absolute pinnacle of what the company can build. There is absolutely no room for turbos here, and no compromising on the purity of sound. A legendary naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12 roars up to 9,250 RPM, generating 789 horsepower entirely on its own. But Ferrari borrowed the KERS system straight from its Formula One cars, adding an electric motor with 161 horsepower, vaulting the total output to 950 HP. Ferrari's message to the world was clear and strict. A hybrid system doesn't mean killing the classic joy of driving and silencing the authentic engine note. Instead, it's an extra dose of steroids injected into the veins of a classic car, creating a driving experience that brings tears to the eyes of automotive purists. Sixth place, Ferrari SF90 Stradale, 986 horsepower. We remain in the halls of Maranello, but take a leap forward in time with the SF90 Stradale, named to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Scuderia Ferrari racing team. This car represents a historical turning point. It's Ferrari's first ever plug-in hybrid. The core is a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8, but this time it's armed with 3 full electric motors, 1 behind the main engine and 2 on the front axle. This brilliant design gives the car fully electric all-wheel drive and a combined output of 986 horsepower, launching it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in less than 2.5 seconds. To save weight, engineers completely removed the reverse gear from the mechanical transmission. The car reverses using only the front electric motors. It is an absolute engineering masterclass. Fifth place, Lamborghini Revuelto, 1015 horsepower. We now officially enter the 1000 horsepower club with the Raging Bull, the Lamborghini Revuelto. The name translates to revolution in Spanish, and it truly represents a revolution within the walls of the Sant'Agata factory. For years, Lamborghini fans lived in terror that strict emissions regulations would force the company to abandon the naturally aspirated V12 that is the very soul of the brand. But the company, which fiercely resisted turbocharging, found salvation in electricity. They introduced an all-new 6.5-liter V12 that revs to 9,500 RPM and backed it up with 3 electric motors to produce a 1,015 horsepower monster. Lamborghini didn't just preserve the legendary silence-shattering sound, they doubled the power and ingeniously improved the balance, declaring that the spirit of the Italian bull will never die, it has simply evolved.
To combine the sound of the engine with the light of a new beginning. Thunder and lightning finally together.
Fourth place, Mercedes-AMG 1063 horsepower. What happens if madness grips engineers and they decide to take a world championship-winning Formula One engine and put it into a street-legal car? The answer is an engineering nightmare turned reality, the Mercedes-AMG 1.
Reach. But we pushed further than anyone thought possible.
This engine isn't just derived from racing, it is literally an F1 engine, a tiny 1.6-liter single-turbo V6. But it is connected to a complex network of 4 electric motors, one mounted directly on the turbo shaft itself to eliminate even the slightest hint of lag, MGU-H, another connected to the crankshaft, MGU-K, and 2 on the front wheels. The result? 1,063 horsepower from an engine no larger than what you'd find in an economy hatchback. This project was nearly impossible, taking over 5 years of delays, because an F1 engine is built to survive one race and requires a team of engineers to start it, whereas Mercedes had to tame it to start with the push of a button and survive in daily traffic. It is a technical marvel that will never be replicated. Third place, Aston Martin Valkyrie, 1,160 horsepower. In this spot, we meet the masterpiece of design genius Adrian Newey, the creator of the greatest Formula One cars in history, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. If the previous Mercedes was an F1 engine in a street car, the Valkyrie is a full-blown Formula car wearing a street car's clothes. The heart here was designed in collaboration with the legendary Cosworth, a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 that relies on no chargers, but rather on an insane rotational speed, reaching 11,100 RPM, a figure closer to superbikes than cars. With the help of an advanced electric motor, total power reaches 1,160 horsepower. With a chassis designed entirely to manipulate airflow, the car theoretically generates so much downforce it could be driven upside down on a tunnel ceiling. It is the absolute extreme of mechanical engineering. Second place, Koenigsegg Gemera, 1,700 horsepower. And here, minds fail to comprehend, as all the rules of physics and expectations are turned upside down. We welcome the Swedish terror, the Koenigsegg Gemera. Imagine a family car? Yes, with 4 spacious seats for adults, cup holders, and luggage space. But the engine output? 1,700 horsepower. How did the genius Christian von Koenigsegg do it? He invented an engine that breaks all the rules, a mere 2.0-liter, 3-cylinder twin-turbo engine that doesn't use traditional camshafts, the free-valve system. Known internally as the tiny friendly giant, it is connected to 3 colossal electric motors distributed across the wheels. To add to the madness, this car doesn't even have a traditional transmission. It uses a direct drive system. The result? You can take your entire family and launch from 0 to 400 kilometers per hour in less than 20 seconds. It is a ferocious beast wearing an elegant family suit. First place, Bugatti Tourbillon, 1,800 horsepower. Finally, we reach the top of the pyramid, the newly crowned king of records, the Bugatti Tourbillon. For 20 years, Bugatti relied on the quad-turbo W16 engine. Everyone expected that the successor to the Chiron would be fully electric, under the leadership of Meet Rimac. But the surprise was earth-shattering. There are absolutely no turbos here. Bugatti developed a massive, naturally aspirated 8.3-liter V16 engine that is nearly a meter long. That, in itself, is an insane engineering feat in an era of engine downsizing. This mechanical masterpiece was merged with 3 separate electric motors to generate an astronomical figure, 1,800 horsepower. The Tourbillon, named after a complex mechanism in luxury watches designed to counter the effects of gravity on timekeeping accuracy, arrived with a fully mechanical instrument cluster, crafted from titanium and sapphire, resembling a Swiss watch. Bugatti presented this masterpiece to prove to the entire world, in one final message, the eternal future of hypercars doesn't belong solely to silent electricity. It belongs to the hybrid in its most violent, beautiful, and complex form. 10 engines. 10 completely different engineering philosophies to solve a single physical equation. How do we extract the maximum possible energy from these metal machines? Some chose turbos to harness air pressure, while others rejected them completely to preserve the purity of sound. Some were satisfied with a single electric motor to fill the gaps, while others rallied 4 full motors to shatter speed barriers. But all these companies, from Italy to Germany to Sweden, agreed on one thing. The era of the standalone internal combustion engine is over, and the era of the hybrid, which was once a symbol of economy and boredom, is now the one writing the history of records and legends of speed. Which of these technical beasts is your favorite? And which engineering philosophy do you think is closest to perfection? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest in the world of engines and speed. See you in the next episode.